I'm Susie Vance, and I'm here again with Melissa Bohashek. She is the program director at Paladin. So, Melissa,
Yes.
how did you end up here?
Oh gosh, this is a really great story, I think.
Oh, good.
I graduated from the Ohio State University, and I was looking for a job, like any college kid fresh out of, school, looking for their next big adventure. And I came across an ad for Goodwill Columbus residential facility coordinator, and I thought I could probably do that. So I interviewed, and at that time, disability services, and even today, it's people don't always look for that as a career or a job. It's difficult. There's a lot of uncertainty around it.
Well, there's a whole cloud about what really that means.
Yeah, but undaunted, I went in and they said, "You're perfect. You have a smile and a degree, and we'll take you." So I started, and wow, I was blown away. I mean, not only by the care that goes into housing. We had 23 residents there, but it's something that I didn't know existed. I didn't think about. I hadn't had any relatives or family members or acquaintances with disabilities, and I think they went to our school, but we weren't integrated fully.
Right.
So it was just an experience that I'm really grateful for, and that I just fell into. Sometimes these things happen.
Well, you get drawn. I have a friend who lately talks about the thread. And you have a choice about pulling the thread.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. Oh, I pulled the thread. And but I only pulled the thread for about a year. It was extremely difficult work. I mean, it really was. And it was great, but I was also, young and not sure exactly what I wanted to do. So then life took me on its roller coaster, which I rode, and it was fun. I worked at a coffee shop, Bath and Body Works.
You would have been good both of those. You've been great.
The first two, I never made any money because I drank it and put it on my body. So, learned that pretty quickly. So then a newspaper, I really enjoyed that, So then all of these years later, and I mean many, many years later, I met this man who eventually ended up being my husband, who had a daughter who had Down syndrome. And I thought, I know what this is like. This is not a big deal.
Right.
This is great. I now have experience, and I know, and of course everybody's different, and everybody has, different skills and personalities and all of that, but, fell in love right away with both my husband and his daughter, and he had 2 at the time. And I thought, well, disability services is something that I'm really interested in. But I had a job. I had a great job doing community action work in Lake County. Pandemic happened. And I sort of reevaluated how far away I wanted to be.
It changed us all.
It's crazy that we're still talking about it, but it was a real
marker
in time. So I just reevaluated a lot of things. I had a great boss who was there for the whole 15 years that I had been there, and he was retiring. So it was a really good time to kind of reevaluate. And then that thread was dangling, and I looked and I saw Paladin was looking for a marketing director, and I thought, I can do that again. And I met with Steve, and he said, I think you're perfect. And I may be, this is my side of the story, but yeah. So I I started working here, and I didn't really know anything much about Paladin because we had changed our name in 2017. It used to be Michiana Industries,
Right.
Michiana Resources. And even though I had a child with a disability, I don't think that I thought, well, she was younger then too, right? She wasn't 18 yet. But I didn't want her to be on a work floor. I wasn't ready for that for her yet. I don't think she was ready for that. But when I came to Paladin, I started working here. I started hearing the stories. I started seeing the people in the hallways. Stephanie would come to different events, and she would communicate to me. I would like
Can
to
I go
spend
there?
more time here. So we ended up transitioning her. She still goes to school 3 days a week, but she comes twice here. So I get to bring my middle kid to work with me. I have a great job that I dearly love. And then we also have the early childhood, which I tell people one of the jobs that I had previously was helping at the WIC clinics, and that used to be one of my favorite things, to go and just hold the babies. Like,
Right.
it wasn't really my job to hold the babies, but I was gonna hold them. And so Imagination Station has infants all the way to 5
Right.
years old, and I love popping in there, and for purely marketing,
Oh, yeah.
things, I need to go in
You
there
have to
and
check.
yeah, I just hold the babies. But yeah, it's so fun. It's so great. So that's how I ended up here. And I really think, all of those experiences in the beginning, like, maybe don't know why it's happening, or, how you got there, or what the lesson is. But if you take that way back view and you look, you're like,
Can see it.
oh, maybe that's what it was for. And it really was a baptism by fire, but I mean, it changed my life in so many ways.
Yeah.
I just had like more empathy and compassion and understanding about an entire population that is a lot of times invisible to folks.
Right. And one of the things that has struck me as I've been here interviewing people, I mean, the people that supposedly are in the hierarchy, the other people that are here that you are serving, the guests who are here, feel no compulsion about going up and asking a question, or just saying hello, or meeting even a new person who comes through the door. And it's so refreshing. It's so, I don't know other places that are that open. I mean, you can walk me into almost any corporation, and it's not like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the sense of community is
Huge.
it's so nice.
It is.
Wouldn't you love to be in a place where you feel like you belong? I mean,
And that nobody, not anybody that came through the door, let alone anybody that was here, didn't want me in their lives.
yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing.
It is.
And
then,
we have, everybody has their days, but if you can see just the amount of encouragement that they have for each other, and that we get to, as staff and parents and friends, we get to take out into the world.
yeah, you get to witness it. It's just amazing. And then when you walk in, like I walk into Al's, and one of the people I interviewed, Stacy's there, she comes roaring down the aisle and says, "Susie, how are you?"
Yeah.
And I mean, that enthusiasm for life needs to be spread.
Yes. Yeah. My mom was a teacher for many years, and now my twin sister is a teacher, and she's starting to see what my mom was talking about. So my mom used to say her kids would be at the drugstore. Oh, she would tell me Tommy was in a movie, and I'd be like, who's Tommy? It would be a kid that she had way back, and it's great because, again, we talk a lot about inclusion and acceptance and being in the community. That's what you want. That's part of life. That's
So here we are.
yeah.
I've been interviewing.
Yes.
Because we decided to do a project.
We did.
Do you want to tell the world about the project?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Of course I do. So as we have been talking about life and about these incredible individuals, the project that we embarked on really came from a question. Who's telling their stories?
Right.
And
This is spoken by the marketing director.
yes, absolutely. and if you want to think of it that way as a parent, who gets to pass on the story after? And so we've been thinking about it and talking a little bit about it. We have individuals here who have been incredibly resilient in their lives. They have overcome challenges that are almost unimaginable. We have folks who their caregivers have passed and they don't have the same mechanisms for telling their story that other people do. So, of course, when we looked at Artistry of living and the art of storytelling and the art of a living history, the idea of having a bank, that holds the history, the person, we've decided to come up with this
Collective history.
Yeah, and share it with the world. And the best person to answer the question, who's telling the story, the best person to tell this story is the person's whose story it is.
Right.
Yeah, so we, we might call it self-advocates, we may call it individuals. For my daughter, she deserves the dignity of telling her own story.
Right. And when they have the opportunity to tell their own story, it resonates in such a different way than a third person trying to tell their story, because they never get it right.
No, it's the telephone, right?
Right.
It's kind of right. But
Yeah. Close.
Yeah.
And definitely appreciative,
Yeah.
but doesn't ring the bell.
Right. Exactly. Now, there are some individuals who communication is a challenge for them. And so, as this progresses, we may come up with new and exciting ways to help them tell their story.
Yes.
Because every story is important, and every story is part of you're a fiber artist, part of the fabric
The thread.
the thread. This is a theme. The thread that
binds us all,
Yeah.
whether we realize it or not. Yeah. It's the thread of humanity.
And we all have a place in that. We all, regardless of our age, our ability, the color of our skin, how we worship, how we don't worship, whatever it is.
How we move through life.
Yeah. How we play and work and greet each other.
And it's interesting. I was thinking a lot about this morning. I was thinking about how people do or don't, choose to or don't want to, embrace humanity, embrace their community. And one of the way to embrace the community is to be willing to tell your story. Be willing to share your story. Because it's only through sharing your story that somebody else can know you. And that is true even for the people at Paladin who think they know each other, but they haven't heard each other's stories.
Yes.
And they're going to get to do that.
Yes. So we have a dedicated space even that we call our library. And we have the headset's ready and the computer, and it'll be like checking out a book, or
Yes.
and then that invites more engagement and more questions. And it wasn't just individuals telling their story; it was everybody at Paladin, staff,
right. Everybody.
the CEO, individuals, the people working in the homes, everybody.
Right.
Everybody that we could get, drivers.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah. And we can use that to get to know each other more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a blessing this is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so glad that, and I told you, I had seen you in the community,
Uh-huh.
out and about. And
I think I've been begging you to do a video podcast for yourself.
Well, maybe, but it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do at first, because I think we've always been taught that, at least I know personally, I've been taught that you need to be modest. You need to be humble. You don't brag about yourself. And somewhere along the way, I thought, well, if I'm not going to do it, nobody's going to. So I worked on that a little bit,
Good.
Yeah. And I encourage people to do it, because I found that when I do tell my story, when I can connect with people, and I can connect with almost anybody on something, I think we all have at least something that we can find in common,
right.
And then that's all it takes is that spark, and then
You light somebody else's fire.
yes, yes,
Amazing.
yeah, and then you're connected, and it's great. It's wonderful things. Yeah.
So, welcome to Paladin.
Yeah.
And the voices that you hear, you will never forget. Thank you.